Cueik. Very good, very obedient from the get-go. It's a good start. So, for the people who do not know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Uriah. I'm 30 years old. I'm coming from Israel, from Tel Aviv. And me and my girlfriend are already 10 years together. Yeah, a long time. And last year, we finally got married. Thank you, yes. Yes, thank you very much. And just before we got married, we decided to open our relationship, to even things up a little bit. And yes, it was my idea. Of course it was my idea, because I thought I'm going to be the Black Friday of the dating world. Spoiler, I'm not. She was thrilled. She was thrilled because she knew she was going to get dicks by the pound. And this is how my story begins. I flew to Central America, alone, with a pack of condoms, all the dating apps you can think of, on my way to be a pussy sommelier. Just to find myself masturbating in the bathroom for 3 months while she broke every fucking pelvis in Tel Aviv. And yes, I know it's a cliche. I know it's a cliche to say it's easier for a woman to have sex than a guy, but what can I do? Sometimes life is a cliche. I wish I was the Black Friday of the dating world, but I'm more like the Holocaust Memorial Day. Most of the world doesn't give a shit about me. Just a few weird ones with a Jewish fetish because their grandparents made soap of my grandparents. It's gonna be way more than that. Prepare yourself. My newly encounter with the dating world was unpleasant, to say the least. Why do you ghost me all the time? Not specifically you, but people. Why do you ghost me all the time? It hurts my feelings. It made me feel like I'm not a person anymore. I never ghosted no one in my life. No one. I just lied to them. Lying is so easy. You just need to make up an excuse, I'm busy. My dog just died. My wife doesn't allow me. Anything, it doesn't matter. Just don't ghost people. Once, a woman with cancer ghosted me. And I'm not saying she doesn't allow to. Of course, she can do whatever she wants. But it just made me feel even worse, knowing she would rather be at home, alone, dying, than to go out on a date with me. I'm better than death. I'm better than death. But maybe I'm just projecting. Maybe she was busy. Sometimes people are busy. Maybe she doesn't use Tinder that much. Maybe just once every 2 years. Because I'm still waiting. Maybe she lost. Maybe cancer won the fight. Maybe those were her last day on earth and she doesn't want to be by her side, but it was too late. Or maybe I'm just a fucking loser and she preferred to stay home watching Friends, eating pizza and masturbate, But no way, because I'm amazing, I'm awesome, I'm incredible. There's no way it's happened. Once, I dated someone and she asked me to take this 16 personality type test, this kind of test? For the people who do not know, it's quite self-explanatory. You just go on Google, you do the test, and it tells you your personality. Out of 16. I got the commander as a result. I was happy about that. I like it. The commander sounds great. And I feel like a commander. She broke up with me because of that. Apparently, you can fail those kind of exams. You can have the wrong personality. She told me that commander tends to be psychopaths. So I had to Google it. Apparently, I share my personality type with Jim Carrey, Tony Soprano, and Hitler. I was happy about that as well. Those are my 3 role models. She just made a huge mistake. She made a huge mistake. Yeah, those are my 3 role models. Because Jim Carrey taught me what comedy is. Tony Soprano showed me that even with mental health issues, you can achieve great things. And because of Hitler, I'm alive. Yes, I know. He's responsible to the death of 70 million people. 6 million out of them are Jews, and 90% of my own ancestors. But the 10% that did survive, they escaped Europe. They came to Israel. They conceived my parents. My parents met each other, and they conceived me. By an accident. But still, it counts. And if I need to think about it, who I care about more? 70 million random people or myself? The answer is easy. I'm the star of this show. You're just extras in my movie. Disposable NPCs, just randomly dispersed points of interaction for me to have fun with. And she's calling me a psychopath. She is so wrong. I'm clearly a narcissist. I'm awesome. I'm great. I'm incredible. But my worst experience, till now, was in Guatemala. I had a match with a Spanish teacher, and she even knew English. We scheduled for a beer, and she stood me up. So of course, the next day, I asked her out again. And she stood me up again. We danced this little dance for a week or so, cause fuck my self-esteem, till I told myself to give up, just to move to another city, forget about her, continue with your journey. There, I found a new job, and I even got my own private room at a hostel. One day, the manager came to me and asked if one of the guests, one of the tenants, can share my room. And I said, sure, why not? I don't have a problem. I even got a spare bed. Little did I know, that guest is going to be the Spanish teacher, that's right. But I'm a grown-ass man, look at me. I know how to handle those kind of situations. The moment she came into the room, I just ignored her completely. Didn't make any eye contact, didn't say a word. Like an adult. In general, in this time in my traveling, I was so unsocial. Every night I just spent alone in my room, smoking my weed, eating my snacks, reading my comic books. Heaven, right? But she was on vacation. She came to party. Party she did. She came back late that night. And she didn't come back alone. She came with a lady friend. And they start fucking. A minute and a half for me. Every time I tell this story in Germany, everyone looks at me like, yeah, of course they start fucking. That's what people do. I know, that's what fuck you guys. So I'm waking up in the middle of the night, seeing that shit. And I'm asking myself, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Exactly, I didn't know what to do. But my man cave of a brain told me, booga, 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 threesome. You know, the dream. But you already know me for a few minutes. I don't know how to handle this situation. I don't have the social skills to handle that kind of situation. This is the first time in my adult life that I've seen a naked woman, which is not my wife, and there are two of them. I was scared, I was terrified, I didn't know what to do. But I couldn't know it either, because every man that I ever met in my life started yelling at my head, you're a fag, you're a fag, you're a fag. So after this little dispute with myself, we decided to approach it, but not directly. I'm gonna hint them that I'm a human being, that I'm alive, that I'm awake. And maybe, just maybe, they will invite me to join them. So first phase on my brilliant plan, taking off my shirt. Because you need to see the teeth before you buy the donkey. Nothing. They just kept on going, they just kept on fucking. So I decided to escalate things, just to make sure they understand there's another person in that room. So I sat 90 degrees, back against the wall. Didn't make any eye contact, just a shirtless weirdo staring into the void. But there were two people next to me. I was in the splashing zone, you guys. I was in this fucking splashing zone. Nothing. They just kept on going. At that point, I told myself it's the time. It's the time for the final solution. I will stand up. Because there's no way they're going to ignore a 185-meter man, only with his underwear on, with a huge boner. Huge relatively, okay? Don't expect it. So I stood up. They looked at me. I looked at them. They looked at me. I looked at them. They looked at me. I looked at them. And after the longest 2 seconds in my life, I just ran out like a scared little boy. Have you ever seen a grown-ass man running with a boner? Such a clumsy, fragile creature. Outside, I went to pee. I went for a walk. I tried to understand what the fuck just happened. I'm outside of my room in the middle of the night, only with my underwear on, alone, nowhere to go. But they took over my room. I'm homeless now. I'm gonna die. I don't know how to survive. I don't know how to make blankets out of newspapers. But in hard times like that, I always remind myself to think about your heroes. So I ask myself, what would Hitler do? And killing all the Jews is not a good solution to that problem, but hey, Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg is a good idea. I will just go back to that room. I will open the door. I will tell them that this is my room. I'm trying to sleep. So please, can you find another place? It took me a long time to think about that plan. It gave him enough time to forget about me. Because the moment I entered the room, it was on. It was fucking on. I didn't know you can finger someone in so many ways. I learned so many new tricks. So many new tricks that night. So I opened the door. They looked at me. I looked at them. They looked at me. I looked at them. They looked at me. I looked at them. At that point, I started to be suspicious. Maybe they're playing a sexy version of green light, red light with me. And also I came to an important realization. Not just for me, for all men here. So please, open your notebooks. Sometimes, people do not want to see your dick. I know, right? Sometimes people do not want to see your dick. Sometimes there's a perfectly good situation, and dick is not the missing ingredient. Also, I came to the realization that dick is not essential for sex. Yeah, it's like sometimes it's like okay tool for sex, even a good one, but it's not essential. We already invented a variety of dick-shaped robots to do the job for us. So I decided not to say anything. I decided to be the bigger man and to go back to sleep and let him have their fun. Because there's a lot of things you can tell about me, you can say about me. You can call me a loser, you can call me a psychopath, a narcissist. You can even compare me to Hitler. But I ain't no pussy blocker. It's important. Like going back to sleep was a hard task. You know, because falling asleep next to people fucking a minute and a half, I'm reminding you, is not an easy task. It's loud and it's hot. It's hot. You know how hard it is to fall asleep when you're hot? But you know me, I'm a grown-ass man. I know how to handle those kind of situations. I just need to treat myself. So I start looking around the room for a tissue paper. Because I'm kinky, but I'm not an animal. Each person is responsible for their own bodily fluids, all right, people? This is called society, okay? So I start searching around the room. And I found one. I found a tissue paper on the floor. And I'm not ashamed to say I used it. No, a tissue paper is a tissue paper. I don't care if it's dirty or not. I don't care if I ejaculate to something that's dirty or not. Just ask your mother. I love this joke. But I didn't want them to see me. I was ashamed. So I took the tissue paper and underneath my blankets, silent, stealthy, like a motherfucking ninja, I did my deed. And just before I went to sleep, I rolled over to a fetal position and I thought to myself, so this is how it feels to finally have a threesome. To finally fulfill that dream. And yes, it counts. Yes, I cried, but everyone came, so it's better than I expected. So yes, for the first year of our open relationship, I didn't have sex. A peck on the cheek I didn't get. I don't know what to tell you. I think I'm handsome. I do. I think I'm a good-looking guy. Apparently most of the world doesn't. For each their own, I guess. But I really thought I had a chance, you know? Not to win, but at least to give my wife a proper fight. After the first year, the scoreboard showed the embarrassing score of 11-0. 11 to fucking nothing. And the most frustrating part was that she didn't even try the whole time. No, after 6 or 7 months, she told me she doesn't want to have casual sex with strangers anymore. She's over it or something stupid like that. You know how mad I was seeing her wasting her talent like that? It's like seeing Superman taking the stairs. You can fly, bitch! You can fly! Fuck her. I mean, do not fuck her. Fuck me instead. Underneath this overall, I have an amazing body. And I'm not telling you this to brag, just a little bit. But mostly I want to give you more information about me as a product that people just keep leaving on the shelf. It was not always like that. I grew up as a fat kid. Someone once told me that growing up as a fat kid is a feminine experience. I don't know, maybe you can tell me. There's a lot of body shame. You don't want people to look at you. There's not such a thing as a good look. You're just covering yourself with layers and layers and layers and layers. It doesn't matter if it's winter or summer, you're gonna be in a jacket. Of course, you're never gonna take your shirt off in the pool or in the beach. You don't want people to see you. You don't want people to see your boobies. I had boobies. I remember when I was a kid, I woke up, went to the bathroom, and the moment I leaned into the sink to spit, I looked in the mirror and I saw gravity taking my boobies away. I didn't know what to do, just scoop them up and start singing. My milkshake springs to the boys to the yard, and then right? Better than yours. I was a funny kid. So yes, I grew up as a fat kid. And as a kid, I had this ritual every day. I walked to the mirror and I looked myself up, took my shirt up, and tucked my stomach as hard as I could. And I told myself, if you look like that, maybe someone will love you. And yes, I know, stupid thought. People love each other for a bunch of different reasons. But back then, I didn't know any better. I wanted to be desired. I want to be loved. I still want to be desired. I still want to be loved by each and every one of you. Mostly by women, but hey man, give it a go. I love being pursued by men. They buy me drinks, they give me drugs, they make me feel beautiful, honey. With them, I can finally get a little spoon. Someone that will cuddle me, lick my face and hump my knee. Just the way I like it. So yes, I wanted to be hot. I wanted to be desired. But now, when I'm 30, every man, every friend that I got has this little bump in the lower part of the stomach. You know what I'm talking about. Let me tell you something. This bump is hella sexy, am I right? It's hella sexy. Every time I see a man with one of those, one look at him, and I can tell, he can fix a sink. He can make a fire. He can hunt. And if needed, he will defend my good name. Yes, sir, he will. One look at me and you can tell. I don't know what a carburetor is. I do not. I don't have time for that shit. I spend too much time in the morning to decide what I'm going to wear so I can be beautiful. So I can be desired. So I can be loved. So I can have sex with each and every one of you. Or at least a blowjob, you know. Now, while all my friends are peacocking and wiggling the double D of a belly, I'm stuck with my flat belly. Look like the gayest version of Adam Sandler. When is my bump gonna arrive? I'm such a late bloomer. I always was. I remember in the 7th grade, when everybody had pubes and jizzing everywhere, like fucking Spider-Man, I had nothing. My penis was bald as a baby, and I was shooting blanks. Someone once told me that if you will shave it every day, even if you got nothing, it will grow thicker and longer with every time. It took me a lot of tears, blood, and one bandaged penis to realize those are all fucking lies. Those are all fucking lies. The real trick is to take some peanut butter and to spread it all over your genitals and let your dog lick it. You're gonna have pubes, amazing pubes, in 2 seconds. And yes, it will maybe give you fleas, but it will definitely make you jizz. 2 birds in 1 stone. It's like going to an abortion and then find out it was twins. Have you noticed, realized that Tinder is basically porn? Tinder is basically porn, and I'm not saying this because you can see tits, dits, and ass there. No, you can see tits, dicks, and ass everywhere right now. We are always one click away from seeing genitalia. this is the definition of the 21st century. No, I'm saying that Tinder is basically porn because it sells you fantasies. Fantasies you can never achieve. You're browsing through a field of perfect people. And you just start to fall in love with them. You just start to dream about them. Start to dream about life with them. Oh, Laura. Laura loves succulents. And she's just starting to learn Thai massage. And she's just looking for someone to practice on. A wink emoji. Oh, and Frenzy. Frenzy, she's just looking for someone to go bordering with and to beat her in Tekken 7. Hashtag gamer girl. Oh, and Rachel. Rachel asks, no, she begs, that only people who love Rick and Morty, onion cream Pringles, and a finger up the ass. Just like right. Perfect. Just perfect. Each one is more perfect than the other. Okay, they do not tell you the entire story. They neglect little things, like my grandpa was a Nazi officer, for example. And by the way, as a Jew, I have to ask, please do not hide those kind of information from us. This is a huge, huge, huge turn on. It's a revenge, obviously, we like it. So, after swiping, you get depressed. And you wake up in the morning depressed about your life. And what you're doing, you start swiping right, and right, and right, like a maniac. You don't even care, you're just looking for some human connection. Till you hit that sweet, sweet match. And from that moment on, the tables are turned. You're the king of the motherfucking world. From that moment on, everyone is a fugly, ugly person who's swiping left and left and left. So after a few days like that, you know, mania depression, eventually it's over. And by over, I do not mean this pussy-ass notification that tells you, you ran out of likes. No, that happened to me before I finished my morning poop. By over, I mean over. No more humans. It's just you and the app. And at that moment, the app is going to tell you, girl, you should reconsider your life choices, honey. Or just change the age or distance settings. But not me. No, because I know what I like. And more importantly, how fun for me are willing to go for it. And if you're like me, let me tell you a secret. If you will wait long enough, like a day, 2, maybe 3, the app just gonna take all the rejectees and dump them on top. And from that moment on, a new cycle of self-loathing, mania and depression begins like magic. After the first cycle, second cycle, third cycle, fourth cycle, eventually you start to get familiar with people. Yeah, you start to recognize faces. Then it becomes Facebook. You're swiping around and finally, oh, Yulia had a birthday, Mazel Tov. Swiping, oh, it's Jennifer. Jennifer just uploaded a new photo, because if you didn't know, she's a basic bitch from the first 6. Now she's on a boat, holding an Aperol Spritz. Hashtag good vibes only. Give me a fucking break. I have a question. Why all of you women have a photo with Aperol Spritz? Why specifically Aperol Spritz? You know what? Why all of you men, in general, have a photo with alcohol? We're not in high school anymore. It's legal. It's not edgy. You want to stand out from the crowd in those apps. You want to impress me. You want to impress me? I want to see a picture of you in a back alley, behind the dumpster, shooting some smack. Yes, I want to see the real shit. I want to see some teeth in leather, in fucking skin. Hashtag good vibes only, of course. I hate those apps. I hate them. I hate them because I'm better than them. But what is the alternative? To go out, meet some people in real life? But my sofa, my weed, my video games, they're all inside. So I keep on swiping. But I hate them. I just hate them. And it's not because I don't get enough likes or matches. I have plenty of likes, plenty of matches. I have to be honest, I lied to you guys before. People do think I'm hot. People do think I'm hot. And I have plenty of likes, plenty of mentions, but I just don't know what to write with them. At the beginning, it was easy. At the beginning, every match I got, like, immediately, to each and every one of them, I wrote immediately. And for the first text, I wrote to each and every one the same. I wrote to them, hi, which apparently is the worst thing you can do in Tinder. Because apparently in Tinder language, hi means I'm a weirdo and I'm gonna kill you and all of your family. Actually, the worst thing you can do is write hi, wait a few days, and then write hi again. Because that means in Tinder language, I'm just desperate for sex. I'm just desperate for sex. Yes, I get it. People want someone creative, someone funny. But how I can be creative? How I can be funny? 8 in the morning, taking a shit, it's hard. Once I got a match, and on her bio it was written, please do not be a serial killer. And I already knew the knowledge of not saying hi and to be creative. So for the first text I wrote her, serial means more than one. So we're good to go. And I got blocked immediately, like immediately. But it was worth it. It was totally worth it. But I still had to seek help, The situation was really bad. There's nothing more embarrassing than sitting with your wife, browsing through Tinder, trying to get you laid. There's nothing more embarrassing than that. It reminded me and my mom in elementary school trying to get me a play date with my neighbor. You never seen a kid that popular. You never seen a kid with that tight of a schedule. Those fucking popular kids have the agenda of a CEO. I even remember one day all the boys in my class and I had a running competition just to decide which of one of us is going to spend the afternoon with him. And all of this popularity was just because he was wearing original Vans and Billabong t-shirts, while the rest of us were walking around with these cheap knockoffs from the flea market that said Hans and Billiard. Kids are fucking stupid. Kids are fucking stupid. Do you remember when we were kids and it was really important for us to figure out who farted? Yeah? Nowadays, if someone farts next to you, like in an elevator, for example, you will say nothing. You will say nothing. Worse, the best thing you can do is like to make a sour face and in your heart, you're gonna blame the fartiest looking person in that room. You know what I'm talking about. Some people just look farty. But when we were kids, such a thing will never pass in silence. The moment someone smelled it, a trial will begin. Your Honor, the prosecution puts the blame on Uriah. What, me? Yes, you, look at you. You have a green cloud above your head. But unlike real trials, that one, you have to defend for yourself. Objection, Your Honor. Of course it was not me. It's not even my smell. Mine is the aroma of a rotten egg. And this is a clear case of blue cheese. In my kindergarten, in order to really solve that problem, we had to bring a mediator, a kid, outside of this situation, to be the judge, by going to each and every one of us and to sniff our asses. What is the most accurate method known to science? And in cases we cannot find a mediator, we just did it the old-fashioned way, like a pack of dogs going around in circles, sniffing our own asses. I have to say, they always put the blame on me, automatically, without even sniffing me, without nothing, just automatically put the blame on me. But it's hard for me to blame them, actually, because I was a farty-looking kid. I was the most farty-looking kid you ever seen in your life. And honestly, if I be honest, most of the time, it was me. Of course it was me. I'm farting a lot. I'm farting right now. I farted the entire show. But back then I was ashamed. I didn't want them to know. So for safety measures, just in case, I always kept a live one in the chamber. For the moment someone got close enough to sniff me, and I would send a stinky face home, crying to mama. And my fartiness home to social isolation and loneliness. People nowadays say that being bored promotes self-esteem, creativity, original thinking. Like, I discovered how to masturbate. Yeah, I started masturbating when I was 6. And just for reference, I learned how to read and write when I was 10. Yes, because apparently if you will discover orgasm before starting elementary school, you're gonna be dyslexic. But if there's parents here in the crowd, don't worry, we already find a cure. You just need to take some peanut butter and spread it all over your kid's genitals and let your dog lick it. Yes, it will maybe give him fleas, but it will definitely make him jizz. So after the first year of a complete unsuccessfulness, I finally met someone, a German woman, on Bumble. If you don't know Bumble, it's a dating app. But if you identify yourself as a woman, you need to be the one that texts first. So she texted me. And on her first text, she told me, "Hi." And I wrote hi back. And from that moment on, it was exactly what I imagined. You know, butterflies in your stomach when you're texting. First date, we went for a coffee and a walk around the park. Second date, she came to my place. I cooked, we drank some wine, and we talked about life. Okay, it's not like an exciting love story that ends up in a weekend in Paris, I'm tied up to a bed and she's shitting on my chest. No. I wish. No. Like, you need to understand, after 10 years with the same woman, just eating the same old fried rice with a different one was exciting for me. I was super excited. After dinner, she told me she has to go because she made plans with some friends. And just before she left, at the doorstep, we kissed. The kind of kiss that you know we are gonna fuck. But she's German, like I told you, and she made those plans in the last quarter of this fiscal year or something. So she left. And I stayed alone in my apartment. 2 hours later, she came back. She came back for another taste of Mr. Sloppy Tongue. They call me like that because they're gonna kiss you like a dog. I'm gonna lick your face and hump your knee. 2 seconds after I opened the door, we were naked at my bed. Brown chicken, brown cow. Everything was perfect. Everything went perfectly. Except I just had one little problem. Little relatively, don't make a fuss about that, okay? How should I put it into words? I forgot to bring wood to the fire. We went camping without the tent. We watched Austin Powers without Mini-Me. Couldn't get a boner. Couldn't get a boner. After a year of anticipation, I failed as a man. And yes, I know, we can talk. We can drink some more wine. We can do other things. Dick is not essential for sex. I know all of those things. But still, at that moment, I just felt broken. She was amazing. She didn't mind at all. She was perfect. And because of that, we kept on talking. We kept on seeing each other. And after a while, we tried it again. And of course it happened again. Of course it happened again. Because God doesn't want me to be happy. No. He just wants me to be a comedian. Not a successful one. But still, it counts. I handled the second time the worst way possible. I was so anxious, so stressed. I tried to force it. I tried to push my floppy dick into her. I tried to use the same condom twice. Yes, it was that bad. Obviously, it made her feel unsafe. And after a few days, she broke up with me. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. I don't know what to tell you. Like, after 10 years of monogamy, having sex with a stranger was terrifying for me. It's like driving in the UK. You know, in theory, you know how to do it. But once you're in that car, oh my God, the gear is on the left. Miles or kilometers? What is that? This vagina look completely different. Can someone come help me? Can someone have a guidebook for that? Like, it got a different inlet. I didn't bought my adapter. Oh, vaginas. Like, in my life, I've seen only four different vaginas. Like, okay, not including saunas, nude beach, or porn, but up close, in real life, I've seen only 4 different vaginas. Oh, sorry. 5 different vaginas. I forgot about my mom. 5 different vaginas. And each one is like a completely different organ. You know how many dicks I've seen in my life? Like a kajillion. And each one looks the same. Yeah, a bit to the left, a bit to the right, brown, white, black. But mostly the same. Oh, and New German has this hoodie on. But mostly the same. When I was 16, if you ever came to me and told me that one day I would lie naked next to a naked woman who could not function, I would probably say something like, yes, when I'm gonna be 70 or 75. Because they always tell you that getting old is shitty. But they never tell you start getting old at the age of 25. And there's so many features of getting old. Like, yes, there's the famous ones, like wrinkles, gray hair, longer ball sack, and erectile dysfunction. But why my eyebrows are getting curly? Why I start moaning every time I sit? Why my toothpaste is black and has the taste of carbon? What happened to the strawberry pink one? Like, if it's good for kids, it's supposed to be good for me, right? Of course, I'm also getting bald. Thank you. But only on my head. Rest of my body, sprouting like crazy. If you ever come to my house for dinner and you find a big, long, curly hair in your soup, it's from my nipple. I also have this new feature. I start peeing in breaks, like, Morse code peeing. Takes a lot of time for my life. And I started having this feature around the same time that I was watching this Netflix show, doesn't matter which show, a shitty show, but it was about a 75-year-old guy, and he had the same feature as me. He was peeing in breaks, Morse code peeing. And the reason he had it was because he had a prostate cancer. Imagine me sitting on my couch, seeing that shit. After 5 seconds, I ran to the phone to talk to my penis doctor. Hello, Beanie! How are you? Good. Kisses. Listen, I have a prostate cancer. Which kind of chemotherapy you think I should use? He told me to calm down, take a deep breath. First, we will start with an ultrasound and a physical exam, and then we will see. Okay, whatever you say so, it's your lawsuit. Bye-bye! If you didn't understand, a physical exam means a finger up your ass. I was so excited about that. Everyone is always talking about that sweet, sweet anal pleasure. And I told myself, baby, this is your time to shine, girl. I came into his office, I opened the door. I looked him in his eyes and told him, Dr. Pini, I want you to wear me like a motherfucking glove, bitch. But he was gentle at first. Took me like a bride, and he put me down on his table, rolled me over, and tucked my knees as hard as he could to my chest. And I was waiting. I was waiting for him to say, wow, that's a squeaky clean anus you got there. Because, it's like the dentist before your parents are coming over. You don't want them to see you as your real you. You go the extra mile the day before. But he didn't say a thing. He just went inside. And I felt the worst stomachache I ever felt in my life. I didn't know what to do. I just started crawling up the table just to get away from him. But he took me by the waist and he told me to calm down. So I came. What can I do? I love being dominated. Of course, I clean after myself because you know me, I'm kinky, but I'm not an animal. Each person is responsible for their own bodily fluids. And quickly after I finished, he took his finger out. And I quickly turned around to look. And god damn it, it was not squeaky clean. The glove was brown. Same as with my dentist. Same as with my parents. Every fucking time. My mom doesn't deserve shit on her finger every time to come visit me. But the good news, I don't have cancer. Yes, I don't have cancer. So fuck you, cancer woman. You can watch TV and eat pizza alone at hell. I guess you're already dying to know, right? Sitting in your chairs, biting your fingernails, asking yourself, is this motherfucker managed to get his dick wet? I will answer that, but I will keep you in suspense a little bit longer. To tell you're disappointed. To tell you about my wife. In every story, in every event that I was just telling you, my wife was there, if not physically on the phone. After the failed threesome in Guatemala, I called her and I told her about everything. Mainly about how each and every one of my colleagues are calling me a faggot right now. I told you they will. I told you they will. After someone blocked me or ignored me or ghosted me on Tinder, she told me it's not you, it's them. And after I failed as a man, I came back home and we had sex. Because her vagina, I know by heart. I know where we fold or where we leave ya. My thumb is just the right size for a clitoris. And the distance between the vagina and the... Never mind. You got the idea. I don't know which lies you've been told, but after 10 years together, the sex is amazing. Yes, it just gets better and better and better because you know your partner so much. You just know exactly what they like. Okay, I'll be honest. It can be boring sometimes. It can get repetitive because you know your partner so much. You already have the perfect recipe. It's like 3 nipple twists, 2 honks, 10 lick on the cleat, 5 plies. Smack on the ass, a jiggle, a twist, a choke, and you got yourself a cream pie. But I cannot take all the credit. No. We use a pink vibrator that helps me a lot. Because I'm only human. I have gentle wrists and a bad cardio. But I'm an excellent cuddler. You will not find a dick-shaped robot that can cuddle as best as I do. I will cuddle you, lick your face and hump your knee. But our most important accessory is not the pink vibrator. It is, of course, the toilet paper. Because sex is fucking disgusting. And you need toilet paper next to you if you don't want to stain the couch, the bed, the sink, or the picnic table at the park. Because if you're going to have sex in public, and you should have sex in public, please, people, just remind yourself to take your DNA back with you. Because we are, and sing it with me, we are kinky, but we're not animals. Each person is responsible for their own bodily fluids. I should be a singer. You know what I hate? I hate to see sex scenes in movies. Every time, after the sex, 5 seconds after the sex, they're just putting the underwear on. No cleaning, no toilet paper, no nothing. Just smearing all the pussy juice and jizz everywhere. Fucking disgusting. I want to see a real sex scene. I want to see a sex scene that after the sex there's a shot in the bathroom when you see Ashton Kutcher standing in front of the sink, washing his cock. Yes, with soap because we're kinky and not animals. And next to him is Jennifer Aniston squatting in the shower, just getting rid of all the jizz leftovers like a real fucking couple. What we were talking about? My wife. Yeah, I got emotional. Sorry. My wife, she's amazing. I love her a lot. I love her more than I love myself. And I'm telling you that because I'm going to make fun of her. And I'm going to say horrible, horrible things. More horrible, horrible things, yes. And because it's true. Every time someone, like we introduce ourselves to someone and we're telling them we are already 10 years together, they always ask us, wow, so you are a perfect fit. What is your secret? Honestly, we just continued. We just never stopped. Oh, when we try to fuck other people. Because fucking other people, at least trying, will show you your options. In my case, none. So I'm keeping her close. In her case, a lot. And she still prefers me. Which makes you wonder, what the fuck is wrong with her? So I made a list. She farts a lot. Yeah, she farts a lot. And I'm not saying this because she's a woman. No, she farts a lot for a human being. She farts way more than I do. Yeah, she is the fartiest person in our apartment. She She did not agree with that. She claims that because mine's stinkier than hers, I'm the fartiest person in our apartment. We have a huge fight about that every fucking time. We're still waiting for our mediator. This case is still in court. We're just going around in circles, sniffing our own asses. She doesn't know how to take a shower. She stopped using soap and shampoo years ago. And now every time she wants to take a shower and not make her hair wet, she's just standing next to the current, only fingernails and nipples inside. Oh, and she goes like that and that for the pussy and ass. But that's it. And because we're always taking showers together, I do not know how to take a shower. She blocks my way. She's just standing in front of the current. I don't know what to do. I need to take a proper shower. So I pee on her. That's the only way I can get into the shower. I need to take a shower. The problem is that my wife, she's a fucking warrior. She's fighting back. She pees on me back. And now every time I take a fucking shower, it's a golden one. And it's not even my fetish. I'm not here to kink shame, but it's not my fetish. My fetish is more mundane, more mainstream, you know? I just want someone to come and lick peanut butter out of my genitals and bark. You know, things like normal things. Let's see what's wrong with my wife again. She doesn't know how to walk. Yeah, she starts every morning, literally, by clashing to each and every furniture that we got. And once a week, she bumps her head into the wall. She's covered, clumsy as fuck. She's covered head to toe with blue bruises. People think I beat her. And of course it's not true. It's the other way around. You see a 1.5 meter clumsy woman and you tell yourself, oh, this is fucking cute. Not when it hurts you. Like, I'm a reasonable guy, okay? Like, I'm okay with, a knee to the ball here, or waking up in the middle of the night with an elbow to the eye socket there. I'm okay with that. But one day, she got her finger ring stuck in my nipple ring. And she just made a quick motion. We just had to look for my nipple that night. So from that day, I don't feel safe in my house anymore. So I fight back. People will not notice it anyway. Every time she comes to me with a knee to the balls, bam! A kick to the clit, bitch. An elbow is coming. Block. Punch her in the face. You can't see me. She's down. My milkshake springs all the way to the yard and they're not. It's better than yours. So I guess in a way, we do feed each other. Like a butt plug to a butt. You need a lot of lube and a little bit of physical force. But maybe even you can find a secret for a long, meaningful relationship. Or at least for that sweet, sweet anal pleasure Dr. P could not give you. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Eventually, I had sex with someone which is not my wife. I was expecting applause here. Genuine applause is always good. Yes, eventually I had sex with someone that's not my wife. How do you ask yourself? I went outside. I met her in real life. Not in those fucking dating apps. And I know it's a cliche. I know it's a cliche to say that the old-fashioned way is better than the modern one. I know. But what can I do? Sometimes life is a cliche. It's not that it became easier all of a sudden, but I just learned how to communicate myself better. On our first date, when things got hot and heavy, I just looked into her beautiful brown eyes and I told her, can we please take it slow? And she said yes. Eventually we got intimate, but not before I felt safe, secured. I felt loved, and I loved her back. I know that I told you that I want to be desired, that I want to be loved, that I want to have sex with each and every one of you. Or at least a blowjob, you know. But apparently, in order to do so, I need to have an emotional connection first. I don't know why. Maybe because I've been in a 10-year-old relationship, monogamous one. Maybe it's because my parents always showed me love. Maybe it's because I started masturbating when I was 6. Or maybe it's because I watched Two Girls, One Cup when I was 12. I don't know. By the way, did you know the Two Girls, One Cup is only the trailer for a full-length movie called Hungry Bitches? Yes! I didn't know it either. My wife told me. Yeah, she went down that rabbit hole. Yes! Two Girls, One Cup, it's only the trailer for a full-length movie called Hungry Bitches. You can find it in IMDb. It scored 4.2. Quite high for a pile of shit. A little pile of shit. And underneath the Did You Know section, it's written that the director said that instead of feces, chocolate soft ice cream was served. This is not how I remember it. This is not how I remember it. And I have responsibility for you guys. So I watched the entire movie for science. Okay, I didn't watch the entire movie, if I be honest. I skipped a little bit because eventually I got bored. This is life. It doesn't matter what you do. Even if you see people eating shit, eventually it's getting boring. And it was a pile of shit. A literal pile of shit. There was no soft ice cream there, I can tell you that. But what made me angry the most is not that if it's ice cream or not. The trailer is called Two Girls, One Cup. I thought if I'm going to see the entire movie, it's going to be at least 5 girls, 3 cups, 4 men, 2 donkeys, 1 dog that lick peanut butter out of everyone's genitals, you know? Something interesting. But no, only 2 girls, 1 cup. And apparently because of that, I need to have an emotional connection first. Yeah, it happened to me with everyone I slept with. 100% of the time. 2 out of 2. You cannot argue with those numbers. I'm just tired, you know. I'm tired to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night in Guatemala or any other place, being sexually harassed, and to tell myself I need to man up and to make it a threesome. I don't want to wake up every morning with OkCupid, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, yeah, there's a lot of them, Lavo, Bado, Field. No, I just want to wake up and take my morning shit in peace. I don't want to feel the pressure to have sex with someone on our second date because this is what people do. I just want you to stop telling me how to be a fucking man. I want to say hi when I'm meeting someone on the street or in dating apps because that's what humans do. We say hi. I want to spend time in the morning to decide what I'm going to dress because I want to look beautiful. I just want someone to cuddle me, lick my face and hump my knee. Because this is what I like. I don't want to be in an open relationship anymore. I'm tired of trying to have sex, casual sex with strangers. I'm over it of something stupid like that. I want to be in a polyamory relationship. What's the difference, are you asking? I want to love and be loved by more than one person. Let me be hippie for just 2 seconds. I promise. 2 seconds. Love is like a fire. 2 seconds, okay? Bear with me. Love is like a fire. It will give you warmth, a sense of security, and with it, you will not be scared as before. But it has to be controlled. Otherwise, it will consume you and everyone around you. I hurt a lot of people in my journey to lose my flower again. I hurt people that I dated. I hurt my new girlfriend. I hurt my wife. I hurt myself. I lied, I manipulated, I even cheated. Eventually, I had to break up with my new girlfriend. And me and my wife are separated right now. I thought I will handle it, you know? I thought I can manage it. I thought that I can do way better than all of you people. I thought that God put me down on this earth to show you how it's done right. Because I'm amazing. I'm incredible. I'm awesome.
You are.
Obviously, I was wrong. But I'm not going back, you know. I'm not going back to be a monogam man. Yes, it's going to be hard. I have a lot to learn, and I'm going to be making more mistakes. But I think it makes me happy. And now you're looking at me the same way that my friends and family are looking at me, asking yourself, why do you decide to make your life more difficult? I'm asking myself the same question, you know? Every time I go through a playground and I see miserable, just miserable parents yelling at their kid, stop eating sand! Let them eat sand. It's only sand. I don't know why people want to be parents. I don't understand why people want to be rich, powerful, famous, or why they believe in God. I don't understand those things. I guess we all just want to be happy, right? I guess we all have different answers for the same problem. The problem is that we are gonna die. And we know it. And we don't know what to do. We don't know if there's a thing to do. Maybe there's nothing to do. Maybe we need to go to someone smarter than us, and he or she, they will know what to do. Maybe there's a book to read, and then in the book I will know what to do. Maybe I just need to sit down in silence, and then God will tell me what to do. Maybe doing nothing. Maybe that's the thing to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what we should do. I think the only thing that we can do here tonight is to have an orgy after this show. Yes, it will not solve that problem, but hey, we can find that sweet, sweet anal pleasure. And trust me, I went the extra mile for you guys last night. I tried my best. Don't you hate it when a comedian starts preaching and rambling and bumbling like the fucking Dalai Lama when obviously he's a 30-year-old guy who doesn't know shit about life? I do. But you know what I love? A good old I shit myself in public story. So to end my show, I will tell you one of mine. A long, long time ago, I was living in a commune. I don't know what you know about communes, but there's a lot of them. And each one is a little bit different. But they all think the same about one thing. That being poor is a good thing. We have a food budget of €2 per person per day. And of course, we only ate vegan food. Although I'm not vegan, nor vegetarian. Because, you know, fuck animals. Fuck animals. Like, I'm sorry, but it's hard enough for me to empathize with you humans. Now you want me to care about other species as well? Baby steps, alright? So after 2 years of eating only rice, lentils, and tahini for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, my body just collapsed. Just collapsed. I had seizures once a month of vomiting, diarrhea, the entire day, to the extent I had to be hospitalized every time it happened. I had to be heavily medicated just to get back to my normal self. Can you imagine such a thing? Can you imagine once a month feeling cramped and start leaking like a motherfucker and bloated, and you know you're getting tired and moody, and everyone just expects you to behave normal? Can anyone think about something like that? Can you imagine? After a while, I took my medication and I came back to the commune, and I was having this conversation with my friends, one of my comrades, in the living room. And we were talking about important things. You know, what's the difference between Marx and Marxism? How Keynes' economical method is the best one that you got today. And is it okay to celebrate my birthday? Or is it just a postmodern, capitalist, egoistic way to celebrate yourself? You know, normal 20-year-old conversation. But then I start feeling something in my belly, and a cold breeze on my leg. That cold breeze was a little ball of poop rolling down my leg till it got stuck in my sock. But you know me, I'm a grown-ass man. I know how to handle those kinds of situations. It was not my first rodeo, of course. I just looked at my friend in the eyes and I told him politely, "Excuse me, sir, can I go to the bathroom to powder my nose?" Walking to the bathroom was not an easy task. I had to stop the leak, and to make sure Stinky is there, he's not gonna fall to the ground, blowing my whole cover. So I had to clench and waddle, all my way to the bathroom. Don't worry, I made it on time. I sat on the toilet, and I had my shit gasma. You know what I'm talking about. So sitting there, seeing my shitty shoe, my shitty sock, my shitty underwear, and my overall, I didn't know what to do. I just changed my mind to a soldier one. Private, this is Sergeant. Give me a damage report, over. Sergeant, this is Private. We got a 30 centimeters diameter of shin stain on the underwear, sir. Oh, Private, where are gunners? What about the rest, over? Oh, the overall, we got like 3 small stains on the real side, a long line of shit on the actual leg, and still a little ball of poop stuck in the sock. In that moment, you have to understand, you have to act fast. Every second counts. You just need to act. But I could not get off my toilet. No, the event was still happening. I was still pooping, you guys. Luckily, we had a bathtub close to the toilet. So I just took my overall and I threw it into the bathtub. And I started working on them. Soap, shampoo, conditioner, hand cream, face cream. You know, basically anything that doesn't smell like shit. And I was scrubbing and pooping and scrubbing and pooping and scrubbing and pooping and scrubbing and pooping and scrubbing. It was a hard task. For a moment there, I thought they were goners. But they made it. By the skin of their teeth. My overalls made it! And I love them ever since. They're beautiful! Look at them! After cleaning them, I took a shower myself. And then I saw my shitty underwear and my shitty sock on the floor. And I changed my mind again. It was serial killer one. Okay, there's a shitty sock, shitty underwear. What should I do? Ah, I know. I will just put them in the trash can. Easy, right? Ah, no. People will smell it after 2 seconds. And it's my aroma. And they know it's rotten eggs. It's me. No, I need to think about something else. I will cut them to pieces with scissors and mix them with acid and pour them down the bathtub drain. Yes, that's a good one, right? That's a good one. But I don't have scissors. Or acid in the commune. At least not that kind of acid, you know? Okay, I know. I will just go outside to the big trash can. Right? Easy. I just put on my bathrobe, took my shitty underwear and my shitty sock, opened the door, look to the right, look to the left. Stealthy, on my tippy toes. Like a motherfucking ninja. I managed to go the entire house without being spotted. And outside I figure out, but this was a stupid idea. Because someone is going to take the trash out, and they're going to notice again that there's a shitty clothes in this fucking trash can. So for the next time it's going to happen to you, let me give you a little tip. Because it's will going to happen to you. It's like death. It's inevitable. Go to your neighbors. There's a rule of thumb, always 2 houses away. At least 2 houses away. So I'll start walking, again, stealthy-like, silent, on my tippy toes, towards my neighbors. But I forgot only one thing. Forgot about the kitchen window. We had a kitchen window with the view to the entire street. And at that time, one of my comrades, Maya, she was doing the dishes. And she saw me on the street, squatting behind bushes and cars, trying to get to my neighbors. And without any thinking, she just opened the window and started screaming, "Hey, what are you doing, you motherfucker?" I was spotted, I didn't know what to do. I just started waving my clothes in the air and started yelling, "I'm not an animal!" Thank you, guys.
happy.